Now what this does is it's going to sense that there's a wheel present. Then it's going to, we have another patent here on this device where it's going to go and it's going to sense that lens and see how thick it is and what the curve is and all that, so that we can change our recipe. We have our recipe as a basic design, but that design can change based on the geometry of the lens. So what we did is we put a device in there that measures that lens and then automatically changes the recipe, so the person doesn't have to know how to do it, the machine can do it. So now it knows that one is there, and it pops up this dialog box that says, hey, there's something in my mouth on the end feed. What do you want me to do with it? So now I say select a recipe, and then I want to put on that Sentinel UV green, apply. Now it's going to open that chamber, the door right there. It just let the wheel in, the wheel stop was removed, it rolled in. Now it's performing the first function. It's going to pull vacuum on the first chamber. So now when that gets to the proper pressure, it's going to open the next valve, and then that wheel is going to roll in. I'm going to put a mirror coating on this. We won't be able to see it as well because it's on a clear lens instead of on a tinted lens. So I'm going to put that in. And guess what it's going to do? Pop up the dialog box. Surprise, there's something on the end feed. What do you want me to do with it? Now I'm going to tell it, let's do a, let's see if we have our digital eye strain. So we'll put our digital eye strain coating on that lens. So now, did you just hear what happened? It opened the door, took the wheel stop down, the part rolled in, closed the door, pull vacuum. Now what's happening is we're actually going to be depositing here. There it is. See that light that just started shining right there? We're actually depositing the coating on the lens right now. You saw it? You saw it? Okay. So now remember that we have the same basic components. We're just changing how much of them that we have, right, to make all these different processes. So we're going to make an AR coating followed right after that by a mirror coating. Now, as fast as I can put lenses in there, it will continue to process them. It's only dictated by the speed of the recipe. So the longest part of this whole process is the deposition chamber. So what happens in that deposition chamber will control the flow of parts through that whole thing. So the in feed actually takes about a minute, somewhere around a minute. The out feed where the hydro takes place, that takes about the same thing. About 3 minutes and 30 seconds for an AR coating. Well, guess how long the deposition chamber is? 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So that's the speed of the whole machine, is what happens in that deposition chamber. So if we have a mirror only on the front side of the lens, that's going to be fairly quick. If it's like a flash mirror, digital eye strain, some of that sort of stuff, that's actually going to be fairly quick. So if we know that this one takes about a minute, that one takes about a minute, and I said that a mirror takes about a minute and a half, so that's the length of time that it's taking in the deposition chamber. So now all these functions are taking place as we said in the recipe. All the sequencing is happening, and then as soon as it's done, guess what it's going to do? It's going to open that valve between the deposition chamber and the hydro chamber. That wheel's going to roll through. Just heard it doing something there. And then that's going to go into the hydro chamber. Then it's going to get hydro applied to it. And then it's going to come rolling out right there when it's done. Now we'll hear it vent when it's ready to roll out. Did you hear that? It just vented. Now we should see a wheel. And there's our AR coating. Now the next one that's going to come out will be our mirror coating. So now it again is dictated by the pace of the deposition chamber. It's already depositing. It's on layer 3 right now in the deposition chamber. Because remember, all these things are happening at the same time, front, back, and all those steps concurrently. So while it was applying the hydro here, it was also doing it was already started on the deposition here. So that's where it gets all of its speed.